Our I-team is investigating unlicensed rogue towers and towing companies being cited for not following the rules. Consumer investigator Jason Knowles joins us with a look at what he's working on for 10. And Jason, what did you find?
Well, we did find a lot of alleged violators. Let's start at the beginning here. Just imagine if you are in a crash or something happens, you're on that accident scene, at that crash scene, and you need your car towed. Well, you're probably going to be very quick to let someone tow that car without doing everything you need to do as a consumer and do your due diligence. So this is really a great story for people to tune into tonight to see exactly what they need to do. Now, we did go on a sting, if you will, with city investigators, and city investigators brought us along, and they are looking for what they call rogue towers. These are tow truck companies that do not have a city license, and in some cases these tow truck companies and the tow truck drivers actually have police scanners on hand, and they showed us some of these scanners that they do have on hand, and they are not allowed to do that. They are not allowed to listen in on the scanner traffic, and they are not allowed to just show up at the crash scene. So this is a huge warning for consumers. Now, we do want to also mention, too, that the state has actually always regulated towing companies. It's through the Illinois Commerce Commission. But now the Business Affairs and Consumer Protection Department with the city, they are now regulating towing companies in the city of Chicago. So what they're hoping to do is hopefully this extra set of regulation, at least, will help get rid of some of these rogue towers, because the concern is that people potentially get ripped off when some of these tow truck companies who aren't licensed show up at the scene, and they may promise consumers one price, but then after they take that car or your vehicle, then they jack that price up and the price skyrockets, maybe from $400 to $4,000.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, there are a lot of stories out there, and we talked to a couple of victims.
It reminds me of, and you've covered so many fires in the city where those boarders show up in mass, and it's a battle for who gets to get in there first and start boarding up a damaged home or property. But Jason, how do people know? Let's say you get in a fender bender and a tow truck shows up. What do you do if you need a tow, and you got to make sure that you're not going to get scammed?
Yeah, well, we did talk to two different consumers, and they really have some incredible stories. You will see them tonight at 10. In one case, we talked to a woman who her car was hit in front of her business. The tow truck shows up and says, okay, it'll be $150. This is what she says. It was all verbal, not a written contract, but she's told it's $150 to tow the car. But then guess what happens later on when she tries to get the car back? She says they wanted $2,400. In cash. So, this is something that does happen. We talked to another gentleman with another horror story with another tow company, and you're going to get some more tips at 10 o'clock. A couple tips I do want to give you now, though. We still want you to tune in, but I do want to tell you that the biggest thing you can do is get that written contract. So as we said, when that tow truck shows up, you're in a crash, probably the last thing going through your mind is to have something in writing. That's not like a contractor that you might hire, but you really want to have something in writing, an ironclad written contract that says how much will it be for that tow truck to take your car, and how much will it be in fees if they're holding the car every day. You want to really have it all written out to protect yourself. And according to the city, it is illegal for these tow truck companies to switch the price. Another warning sign really quick, don't trust any tow truck that just shows up and tells you they want to take your car. You should call them.
People should be watching for this tonight at 10, and of course it'll be on our website and our news app tomorrow, so people out there looking for that information. Thanks so much, Jason.
Jason, always like when you join us at 7. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Well, still ahead, the famous music group that